time to have a crack at the top mount. So to get an idea of what I want, the aesthetics are kind of important. So I've put the other one on the other side, and that sits there like that. My thinking is, whatever I make, and this is a bit of old subframe, it's quite thick off some bike I've destroyed. Whatever I build, I'm going to have to build it and then pull it up. Like build it, not build it in place, because if I build it in place, that means all the weight's on the bottom one here. And I want to transfer to the weight to being on the top one, and the other thing secondary. So whatever I do then has to be tensioned. So I'm thinking if I get, like this is just a bit of thick tube, I drill a hole in here, through there, and weld that in. And then I've got that 1 centimetre or 10 mil bolt going through there. I could then, with a thread on here, a nut, and just screw that in, and that would pull on it. So that would do that tensioning thing, and I can just load it up a bit and just sort of feel the weight come off that. So that, I think that'll do it, and that doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't give it stability this way. Yeah, it would help with the weight, but not stability. So this is the rib I cut off before, you know, that goes, whoops, goes down there. If I was to put a bit of tube in there, I've got something to weld onto, but if I was to put anything like that, and have a angle line, you come down here and bolt through there, let's do something like that. Then, you know, that will look nice. Okay, this is where I'm up to. I've got some practice pieces that I tried and made some pieces up, and they didn't work out, so I chucked them and I kept on going. But anyway, fiddle, and end up with this. I'll just zoom in. Zoom in is there. Okay, so my thinking is I'm going to end up with two pieces, right? One coming from this way, one coming from that way, and this whole thing has to be removable. So I can't have any permanent pieces. They're all going to unbolt. So I can bolt this one up, weld this one on. So if I make a little piece like this, like that, it's all shaped to miss and all that sort of stuff. If I make a little piece like that and then weld that onto there, that piece, one bolt, and I can then take that away, and this will just sort of stay there with the subframe. And then so I don't get any higher than this, because the higher you go, the less triangulation I have. So I then have this piece that then goes on like that, and I've trimmed and filed so everything fits snugly now in this spot. Like when I've pushed into place and I tighten on it and I back it off, it doesn't want to move, so it's in a happy spot. This one will go like this, this one will go like this. Yes, that is oversized at the moment, but the whole idea of oversized is when I weld around there, I don't blow out. So I'll go around, then I'll trim it up to what looks nice, shape it, and whatever I need to do. I have a little problem as in this little stubby piece of subframe that's poking out. Although it's soft, it's very thin, and I'm frightened that if I try and weld that onto it, I'll just blow holes in it left, right and centre. So I thought, well, if I stick just a little bit of this tube in, even if I 45 it, but the tube won't fit because it's where it starts to turn a corner. It's like oval shaped. So I've got a strong bolt here, an old axle bolt or something, right? And I'll tap that. See that pokes out there? I'll get a hammer and I'll go tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 and I'll show you what I'm doing, and hopefully I can make it round again. that's got it. Done. It allows me to, I can grind it close, but the hacksawing allows me just to fine trim it like that. That's still a mil or so away, a bit more, but it's close now. I've got the same problem with this piece, like that end I'm largely getting fixed, but this end's not round either because it goes round a corner. So what I've done is I shove that up there. I can squeeze it and not worry about it too much. This socket is the closest size I could find that fits in there. So a little bit of that. Then I'll just move this to here and there, out it comes all on its own. So that's coming out on its own. Whoa, look at that. Yes. Now I just got to figure out how I can put that inside there as well. I can't. Anyway, I bent the tip over, just put that on some wood and banged it down with a hammer. But now I can, there you go. That's an easy centimetre. Whoops, right spot. Here it goes. So what I've done is I've popped a bit of tube in there, as you saw, and I bashed it in. That goes in about 1 centimetre, and then cut it off. So that's now nice and thick there. So if I weld this onto here, I've got a bit of metal, you know, and it won't just blow through. So I've got something to weld to. The other one here, this little piece, that little job is quite simple. That goes in there like that. And there you go. Now that I can go all the way around, probably penetrate through this one pretty quickly enough, and just go it's got enough thickness in there, it'll take the heat. I can get a nice little spot, you know, dot dot. I've been fiddling this, trying to figure out how I can do it, and I was thinking about like drilling a hole in there and it pops out, but it's the only piece I've got. It's off some, I don't know, suspension thing, and that doesn't quite fit. See, that's not quite working. So, and how can I do it? And what I've, instead of drilling a hole and doing lots and lots of filing, what I think I might do is angle grind, cut it down there, see, like that, and then just have the sides longer so it comes down to here. Sort of cut that off or do something with it, and then I can sort of fold it over maybe, and that way that bit would sort of disappear and it'll be just, I don't know. I've only got the one piece, but I think I'll cut down there, round it up, and that way it'll, and then maybe fold it in when I weld it or something like that. Anyway, that's the plan.
it's getting there. It's flashed along there. A bit of work. I'll bang it down, grind it out. I'll just, yeah, it's nearly fitting. Won't take much. I think I might give it the first smack in and see how it all lines up. Who says I'm rough? Cut that bolt to the right size at a later point, but right now it's too long. But if I stick that in there like that, and then put that, now that'll make it 4mm out. And that then, I'll just get that in tight. That then, later on, when that's welded into place, when that's welded into place, I can, too many things going on here for my one brain to think of. Now, I can put that washer in there and I can either tighten it down to that one or tighten it down to that one. As my idea of putting a bit of pressure on there, like lift on there, but if it turns out to be just a stupid idea, then I'll just put those two washers and be done with it. So if it's a stupid idea, it's a stupid idea. If it's not, it'll do something. So anyway, that's it. I can weld there. Yeah, that's a bit high, but if by the time I weld there, that'll melt away. I just want to hit something with a hammer one more time, and I got to bend these little tabs over, so perfect opportunity. I finished the top bar off. Now I had to do a lot of cleaning up because of the way I weld. Also, you know, this was sticking out here. Well, I cut it along there and then bent it around and welded it on the inside and on the outside here. It just finishes it off nicer and makes it look, and round at the corners, you know, just to make it look nice. Coming up here, you know, I said before I blew it out in two places, one there and one there. Really big moons taken out. I had to, you know, zit it, build it up, and then file it off, and I've vernied all the way across there. It's even, but they made that gap by getting a new smooth surface on. They made gap now 5mm, so I'll just pack it with the right amount of washers and do it up. So when I have this set up and I can measure it, if as I pull it in, it should bring this out. I've already had a bit of a play, but the way the bike's set up, it's sort of like a bit inconclusive. Anyway, so that's done. It's solid. Let's see if there's a ring to it. I'll get something. Yep. Well, it's all done now, and it's got some good points and some bad points. And one of the good points is I'm glad I got to reuse that little piece that went down there. Kind of feels cheeky to me. Now, this one's not filled, but it'll stop twist that way, you know. So that will do that job, and it's plenty strong enough for that. This one here will carry some weight, and it's lined, and then it's ribbed this way here, and that's. Now that's bird shit welded all the way along there, so that's not too bad. Then that's welded to this. Now that's strong. It's 4 big bolts. It's the strongest point of the whole bike, really. And that'll go onto there, which will transfer that across. Then we've got this little piece here that'll go like that. And I hold the blower there, and the blower's got one more pivot point here. So all in all, it's look, I'm happy enough with it, but I'm glad it's over. I didn't really have a real plan for that one.